Scout of Troop 234 and currently Lodge Chief of Sackville Lodge, and I'm pleased to serve as the Master of Ceremonies as we honor Anuj Gandhar for attaining Scouting's highest rank, the rank of Eagle Scout. This is a moment worthy of celebration. And before we begin our program, I'd like to thank all our guests who are able to join us today, and I would like to introduce them. So, if you hear your name, please stand up. Vidal Dexter. Mr. David Amsky, the incoming Council Commissioner. Mr. Dan Trent, the former Sackville Lodge Advisor and NYLC Chair. Mr. Eric Hudson, the Assistant Council Commissioner. Let's get a round of applause for our special guest today. And I'd also like to remind you all that there will be a reception honoring Anuj Eagle immediately following the ceremony. So I would like to call up Jordan Wong, the pastor from Alberta Neighborhood Church, where Anuj did his Eagle Project, to deliver the invocation.
Thank you. It's my honor to bring the invocation this afternoon. Scout is reverent. Let's pray. Lord God, we come to you today with thanks and praise for moments like these, where we can celebrate with Anuj and his family his accomplishments. We recognize and honor you today and recognize that you are our Creator God, the one who made moments like these where we can enter into your joy. And so, God, I pray right now your blessings over Anuj. God, I pray over him peace and joy and humility as he recognizes that he could not have achievements like this without many other people around him. So I thank you for those that have come alongside of him, his family, his friend, his troop. And we celebrate these moments right now. So we invite your presence in as we worship you and thank you for your role in our lives. May we celebrate Anuj and his achievements today. We pray this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, now I'd like to call up Ethan Hertzberg for the flag ceremony.
May the audience please rise. Audience attention, color guard attention, color guard forward march, scout salute. Color guard prepare to come colors. Please recite with me the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard, post the colors. Color guard, honor your colors. 2. Color guard, reform. Color guard, return ready. Audience, and will all scouts and scouters remain standing while our guests are seated. May all scouts and scouters please stand up. Please recite the scout oath. On my honor,
I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and obey the Scout law. Help by the people at all times to keep themselves physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
After entering scouting, the scout promises to obey the scout law and put into effect all social parts as he moves through his daily life. Each is an important cornerstone in the building of strong character. Scouts and Scouters, please join me as we recite the Scout Law. Scouters.
Trustworthy, loyal, helpful,
Mr. David Adamski, the Silicon Valley Monterey Bay Council incoming commissioner, as a representative of the Boy Scouts of America to officially convene this court of law.
Even though I'm not the MC, you may be seated. By the power vested in me by the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, I declare this court of honor to be duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting the Eagle Scout Award to Anuj Kamdar. I'll now be calling the Eagles to the Eagle's Nest. The Scouting movement constitutes one of the most wholesome and significant influences in the world today. Many successful, well-known people are Eagle Scouts. From presidents to film directors, astronauts to sports personalities, the list of success is long and varied. At this time, will all the Eagle Scouts present please rise and come forward. Come forward to this side so you may take your seat on this side in the Eagle's Nest. Please come forward on this side so you can take your seat on that side in the Eagle's Nest. Because I'm going to ask you to state your name, so you'll come up here to do that, and the troop and year at which you received your eagle.
My name is Kyle Reinhardt, and I received my eagle here, Troop 234 in 2015.
I received my eagle here, Troop 234 in 2016.
Jordan Ross, Troop 234 in 2008.
E. Scott Caldwell, received my eagle in Troop 633. I'm eagle number 8.
Jordan Wong from Troop 93 in Germantown, Maryland. I received my eagle in 1992.
Isaiah Torres, I received my eagle August 29th, 2016.
Alex Buzak, I got my eagle at Troop 286, December 1st, 2015.
Troop 234, 2017.
Kelly Miller, I earned my eagle in St. Joseph, Michigan, Troop 23 in 1971.
Eric Welch, Ship 16. I earned my eagle in 1989.
All right, now we will conduct our OA ceremony honoring our Eagle Scout.
I've led my brave to the summit of this mountain in a long journey from our camp to show you the reward of your climb along the trail. When you began this trip as a young Cub Scout or Boy Scout on a trail many years ago, you had this mountaintop as your goal. You now have reached the summit, the realm of the eagle. But before I bring you to this honored membership, we must first hear the story of your long climb along the trail.
This scout, after reaching the first-class rank, has worked diligently and has sought experts who gave him valuable counsel on many subjects. He has been given advice and encouragement along the trail by capable leaders.
Before admitting this scout to the realm of the eagle, I would like to have assurance that he has been faithful in serving his troop, in giving leadership to younger scouts, and that he is entitled to wear the wings of the eagle. Scoutmaster, has your scout met these qualifications?
Yes, he has.
Scout, have you worked to the point where you are about to become an eagle? But listen first to the wisdom of the wind.
I am the spirit of the east wind. I represent common law, your duty to God and country. Trustworthy, loyal, and hopeful are the qualities which a man must possess who lives by the laws and rules of this land. See that we do not lose this great blessing of a lawful land.
As the spirit of the west wind, I represent the law of equity, your duty to country and to others. Friendly, courteous, and kind are the laws that breathe of conscience. They create the atmosphere that comes from within your heart. They bring the desire for you always to be a friend to those of all ages, young and old alike. They tell you to be courteous to those who pass along your trail. Cast away the harmful spirits of unfriendliness and selfishness.
I am the spirit of the south wind. I represent civil law, your duty to others and to self. Obedience, cheerfulness, and thrift are the characteristics of civility. A life of cheerful obedience is necessary for the development of a true citizen. Obedience is something everyone has to learn to make others and carry them out cheerfully. Real thrift means earning, spending wisely, and saving, and sharing with those less fortunate.
I am the spirit of the north wind, the most powerful of all. I represent the divine law, brave, clean, and reverent. To be brave is to be unselfish. To be clean in body and soul is to be pure in heart. Cast from your mind and body any evil spirits that tries to weaken or destroy the divine law. Live life as a reference, be brave and clean.
Through all the climb of the scouting trail, the badges have changed as their ability grew. But one pledge remains unchanged, the scout oath. Is there any reason why you, as a new eagle, cannot renew this promise which you first made as a new scout?
No.
Then you will make the scout sign and state the oath slowly and clearly.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and to my country, and to obey the scout law. To help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally strong.
Scouting has been a great influence in your life. It has supplemented the effect of your home, your church, and your school. You climbed through the ranks of tenderfoot, second class, and first class.
Then additional merit badges allow you to be a star, while still more harder ones found you wearing the heart of a life scout. More time and much harder requirements found through adding qualifications. Until now, you have reached the highest rank in scouting achievement, the Eagle.
Without the love and guidance of understanding parents, a boy is severely handicapped. Your mother has watched you grow and develop. She has worked for you in health, nursed you in sickness, guided your thoughts and actions, and helped you in untold ways. Your father has been a strength to lean on, someone to turn to in times of trouble and for help. Your home influence will last you throughout your life. I ask your parents to stand beside you as a symbol that they will continue to help you, the young eagle, to grow in qualities of leadership and citizenship which a true eagle must have.
You have seen how your mother plans to stand by you in the future. Do you now promise to do your best as an Eagle Scout?
I do.
Then, you now have the honor to pin a miniature eagle pin on your mother. In recognition of the wisdom and encouragement which your father has given you along the trail, I ask you to present this eagle tie back to him.
As ceremonial chief, I now call upon Mr. Gluzak to give the new eagle his charge.
Becoming an Eagle Scout is a great accomplishment. Being an Eagle Scout is a great responsibility. As an Eagle Scout, the oath and Scout law should take on new meaning for you. The motto and slogan, new urgency. As an Eagle, your first obligation is to live with honor. You are a marked man. A leader, for good or ill, people will follow the example you set. Give up anything before you give up your reputation and good name. As Shakespeare said, mine honor is my life, both grow in one. Take honor from me, and my life is done. Let the white of the eagle badge remind you of your honor. Your second obligation as an Eagle Scout is to be loyal. As a follower, you promise to be loyal to those above you. Now, as a leader, you must be loyal to those below you, treating them as you would want to be treated. And you must also be loyal to your ideals, not letting others sway you from your course. Let the blue of the Eagle badge remind you of loyalty. Your third obligation as an Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Stepping into your new role as a leader, you will face many challenges and obstacles. A ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for. You must have the courage to do what is right, whatever other people do or say. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you of your courage. Your fourth obligation is to serve others. For a leader is above all a servant. Let the practice of the daily good turn become a lifetime of service. For only in giving of yourself do you give anything of value, just as it always has, with the scroll in your badge remind you of your service. Your final obligation as an Eagle Scout is to have vision. As a leader, you must blaze your own trail. Just as a bald eagle soaring high above the ground and look far into the distance, so too must you look far into the future. Many people will follow you. Only with vision will you lead them in the right direction. Let the silver eagle hanging from your badge remind you of vision. These, then, are your obligations as an Eagle Scout: honor, loyalty, courage, service, and vision. By meeting these obligations, you can lead your troop, your community, and your nation toward a better tomorrow. Now for the Eagle Promise. When we began our program tonight, you joined with your fellow Scouts in repeating the Scout Oath. Now you will stand alone and repeat a new oath, the Eagle Scout Promise. Though the words you say are similar to those you've said many times before, today they will mean more to you than they ever have. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your oath with the words that close the Declaration of Independence. I'd like all Eagle Scouts in the audience to stand at this time and rededicate themselves by repeating the Eagle Scout Promise with our new Eagle Scout. Please make the Scout sign and repeat with me. I reaffirm my allegiance.
I reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
the three promises of Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, my rank and my influence count strongly for better scouting and for better citizenship in my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Two.
Remember the common law, trustworthy, loyal, helpful.
Remember the law of equity. Friendly, courteous, kind.
Remember the civil law, obedient, cheerful, thrifty.
Remember the divine law, the most powerful of all, brave, clean, reverent.
I now welcome you, new eagle, to the summit of your trail. The eagle is strong and powerful and feels unblinking into the face of the sun. It soars high and builds on a pinnacle. You must not swerve from your duties as an eagle. Will the audience please rise? We now call upon the great spirit of all for his blessing on this young man. May he ever strive to attain the noblest and highest ideals of life. Be his strength and his guide. Cause him to follow a straight trail and to never be a reason for other scouts to waver from the path. Protect him for many moons to come. May the great master of all scouts be with us until our trails cross again. Audience, please be seated.
So we're not through yet. There are a few more noteworthy presentations to be made this afternoon. It is with pleasure that I call Miss Kimberly Pantoja, Troop 234's Advancement Committee member, to make the first of our presentations.
Amish, you earned the right and the honor to be a member of the National Eagle Scout Association. Please remove your red neckerchief and give it to your mother. This neckerchief symbolizes all that you are a member of the National Eagle Scout Association. Mr. Kendall, would you like to place this on your son? I also have the great honor of presenting you with this American flag. At the request of Senator Dianne Feinstein, this flag was flown in your honor and your name over the Capitol. Please take this and remember your duty to country.
Ethan Hertzberg, the SPO for 234, to make his presentation.
I would like to give Anuj Kamdar this Eagle gift. Congratulations, Anuj. You made us all proud.
Now I'd like to call up Mr. Charlie Miller to present the letters of commendation.
So we have a lot of notable dignitaries who have said congratulations to Anuj. I'd like to read 3 of them tonight. We'll start off with the first one. Eagle Scout Anuj Kamdar. Congratulations on earning the rank of Eagle Scout. Your dedication and commitment has made those around you proud. Well done on reaching this milestone and best wishes for the future. Sincerely, Jerry Brown, Governor of the State of California. And dear Anuj, congratulations. The rank of Eagle Scout is a great honor, distinguishing you as someone who has the determination and leadership abilities to make important contributions to our community. You should be very proud of the years of hard work and dedication you have invested in this honor. It's a very exciting time in the world, and there is important work to be done. I wish you all the best in the future, and as you use your demonstrated abilities to accomplish your goals, serious congratulations to Anuj. Warmest personal regards, Dianne Feinstein, United States Senator. And thirdly, congratulations. I know you must be proud and happy to attain the rank of Eagle Scout. May the high goals and ideals that led to this special honor continue to inspire you in the years ahead. Former President Jimmy Carter.
Now I'd like to call forward Mr. David Hertzberg, Troop 234's committee chair, to provide us with his reflection on Anuj.
First, I'd like to start off by saying congratulations to Anuj's parents. What I learned from watching many times assisting Anuj and other scouts through the Eagle process is not to push my own sons. But that each scout has its own pace to the goal of Eagle. That we as parents cannot always get them there as soon as we would like. In Anuj's case, the desire to be an Eagle was there. The desire to hear the constant reminder from his parent telling him to complete a merit badge for Eagle project requirement at times was more than he wanted to hear. Explaining to him that his father was in fact not the bad guy, he just wanted the best for Anuj. We want the best for our children, our own scouts. I think as a troop leader, we at times forget that they, the scouts, go on almost every outing, attend almost every meeting and every event. In Anuj's case, this was troop events, OA ceremonies, a multitude of meetings for both the OA and the troop itself. Helping Anuj to step back and look at the advantages of earning Eagle rank helped me as a scout leader and parent of 2 potentially overactive youth get a better perspective on how to assist with the push. And that is to stop pushing. I learned to use the refrain, I cannot want it more than the scout. I think many people here have heard me say that. I talked to Anuj, the way others are currently talking to my sons. We discussed why earning the rank was important, the advantages it would provide him to get into the college of his choice, the learned ability to speak with adults in an interview setting, the knowledge that he could define a project and complete it to a budget within a time frame of his specification. These are attributes few individuals of his age possess, and are attributes many so-called adults never learn. We touched on points of the Scout Law that are used in everyday life, while never speaking about the Scout Law itself. These are traits that are simply ingrained in the way he has learned to go about his life. And Anuj listened to what I had to say. Again, different from many youth his age. He in the end decided on his own to complete the merit badges required to earn the rank of Eagle, complete his Eagle project, have a Scout Master Conference, and in the end, earn the rank of Eagle. I think if asked the direct question of was it worth all the work and discomfort, he would honestly answer with an affirmative response. So congratulations to Anuj on a well-deserved achievement. Scouts, please remember your parents will continue to push. It is an action that should be respected, not rejected. You will continue to ignore them as you see fit. Continue to work your plan and solicit advice from those around you, and you will continue to have success. In closing, I would like to say, Anuj, it has been a pleasure to act as one of your scout leaders. In my case, since you were a Cub Scout, joining my Bear Day. I'm confident you're prepared for whatever life may present you in the future.
Now I'd like to call forward Mr. Jordan Wall, pastor for Almaden Neighborhood Church, where Anuj completed his Eagle project, to provide us with reflections about Anuj.
On behalf of Almaden Neighborhood Church, I want to say congratulations and thank you for doing your project at our church. I've been a pastor at Almaden Neighborhood for over 10 years, and in that time, we have had over 8 Eagle Scouts do their project at our church, which has been fantastic. And I have to say, over that period of time, with all those different projects and scouts, Anuj stands out alone as one that's really impressed me. And two of the attributes that I've seen in Anuj were his perseverance and his adaptability. You'll see behind me some of the slides of the project that he did, and also in your program, in the last couple of pages, there's a scope about the project here as well. Anuj approached me and asked what kind of projects we had, and I gave him a whole list of different projects, and he checked them out and went back and forth, and eventually he chose one that honestly was not the easiest project, but it was one that was needed. And we had at our church a playground, and next to it there was an area that was rocky and bumpy, and there was really no place where families could come and watch their kids play, and a safe place for them to be able to gather. So Anuj took it on himself, as I do when scouts come to me and they ask for a project. I don't give them a project, I give them a problem. And I say, this is a problem that I have, you fix it. And you give me a proposal of how you're going to fix it. So I gave him the problem, and he came up with a great proposal of being able to create a patio space so that families could gather. And so his original proposal was fantastic. It was a large patio that had a walkway connected to the front of our church and had benches and other pieces as a part of it. So he came and presented his project to our deacon board at our church. And as we went back and forth, we realized that actually the scope of the project was larger than was going to be able to be achieved both financially and time-wise. So we went back and forth and made the adjustments to be able to shrink the scope of his project and be able to find ways of how he was going to raise the money and involve more people in the project. So again, I was just impressed. A lot of scouts at that point would kind of give up or try to find something easier, but Anuj stuck with it and kept contacting me and the deacon board even when we weren't great about returning calls and staying connected with him. He kept on it, and he actually involved our whole congregation, which is the first time I've had a scout that came to the church and shared with the whole church what he was doing and how they could be involved. He did a fundraiser and invited people to be a part of that, and then got the project done. So again, this was working with machinery. He had to get a bobcat in to clear the land, and compactors and power tools, using wet saws to cut things. Was really impressed by the support that you all as the adults helped him with that, and brought it together. And honestly, when he shared with the deacon board, we weren't sure he was going to be able to get the project done in a timely manner, but he did it really quick, and I think only one work day, and it accomplished everything that he set out to do in one day, which was really impressive because he did all the work ahead of time to prepare the materials, and have the guys ready to go. So that project was over a year ago now. I think that he completed it, and the patio is still standing, which is a good sign. And it gets used all the time. There's kids and families that come up to the church throughout the week to play on the playground. They have a place to go. We just had an event there a couple of weeks ago where we did a festival to be able to let people increase awareness about refugees around the world and other world needs, and we used the patio to hold that event. And your project has actually inspired 2 other Eagle projects since then to complete your vision. So another scout has come and now built the walkway connecting your patio to the front door. And then another scout, as a part of his project, is going to be building benches to go onto the patio. So your vision, even though you weren't able to complete it all, you set the dream that has been completed. And so there's pictures as well out there of the project. You can see this picture of Anuj standing as Lord of the patio there. I love that shot. So once again, Anuj, we thank you and congratulations.
Now I'd like to call forward Mr. Bob Merrilman, Troop 234 Scoutmaster, to provide us with his reflection about it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you asked for it, buddy. Okay. Anush, I didn't know him in Cub Scouts. We didn't know that many guys from FAC 281, but we got to know him quite well after that. He actually joined the troop in March of 2011. So that's been a long time ago. And I was looking back at, and he was, as you can see in the pictures, I don't know if everybody saw the pictures. Hopefully we can get them running while we're doing some of this so everybody can kind of relate the pictures to what some of the people are talking about. But he was about this big. And so